We're going to do something really different at halftime. In all the years, we've never talked with Coach Bob Spoo at halftime of a game, but we're going to do that today because it's a special day. Coach Spoo is with us, and Coach, just want to kind of reminisce a little bit about your career. You grew up on the south side of Chicago. I'm assuming you played multiple sports when you were a young guy. Football became the favorite somehow?
It did, only because I had an older brother that was 3 years older, and he preceded me at St. Rita High School, and I thought that would be a neat sport to play. But I'll tell you what, Mike, my first year as a freshman, we had a freshman team, was kind of a disaster. I remember scrimmaging against Lindblom High School. Both the schools were very close by. I threw an interception and cried my eyes out and gave it up. It wasn't until my junior year that one of the priests that I had at St. Rita talked me back into going out for football. So
wow, changed your career as it turned out.
It sure did.
Went to Purdue. Len Dawson, Hall of Famer, was your roommate for a time at Purdue.
He sure was. What a neat guy, too.
When did you decide you wanted to go into coaching?
Well, I think I wanted to do that. I was in physical education at Purdue, and but came out of, when I graduated from Purdue, I started with the Chicago Park District actually as a physical instructor. And a couple of young men that I played with at Purdue had gone into the coaching profession. One of them had gotten a head coaching job at one of the Catholic schools in the Chicago Catholic League and asked me to join them, and I did, and that got it started.
And then you became the head coach at Loyola Academy in Chicago. Back in the different time in high school football, there were no playoffs, and really the Chicago Catholic League was the top dog. I mean, if you were the top team in the Catholic League, you were it in the state, I think.
Well, it was the Mayor Daley Prep Bowl, and that was the big game because, as you say, there were no playoffs at that time, and to play in that game was very prestigious. And you know, I was fortunate in this 1969 team. We went 11-0 and beat Lane Tech in a great game with a great crowd. It was a mildly warm in December, and I think we had 68,000 people there. Soldier
Field, right?
Soldier Field.
Yeah. 1973, you left high school coaching and went to college coaching. A lot of times people don't do that out of high school. What prompted that?
The same guy who gave me my first high school job, John Jardine, had matriculated around the profession and ended up at the University of Wisconsin, asked me to go with him, and I did.
Yeah, now you're at Wisconsin, at Purdue, and 1987 to Eastern Illinois. It's been a remarkable run. We were just counting 5 EIU presidents with Bob Spoo, 5 athletic directors, 5 U.S. presidents. Reagan was the president when you were hired. There's no way in '87 you could begin to foresee a run like that.
No, in fact, I remember with the interview process, we went out to dinner, and Dave Kidwell was amongst that group and asked me what my plans were for staying, and I told him, I said, I think this is where I want to be able to finish up. I had no idea that it would last this long though, Mike, but I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Any specific games that stand out in the 25 years?
Oh gosh, of course the Tony Romo Eastern Kentucky game, I think in 2000 or 2001, where the last play of the game, he snuck in at the pylon, and we got the call, and I think we went into the playoffs at that year. That game stands out. But there have been some remarkable players that I remember, probably more than games. Tim Carver comes to mind immediately. A guy that I recruited out of Iowa who nobody wanted. He didn't have the right size, and yet became one of I still think one of the best linebackers we've ever had here at Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, leading tackler in school history. Right. How about the coaches you've worked with and have worked under you? I mean, I don't know if you've ever stopped to count or think, but I mean, you could go to games for 2 or 3 years in a row if you wanted to go visit all those coaches.
Yeah, I know, I could, and I've always encouraged my staff, knowing that Division I AA or whatever it's called these days was kind of a stepping stone, that they should follow their instincts, and if they had an opportunity to go ahead and do it, and they did, and they've all been successful, and I'm very, very happy for them.
Plans after retirement? You gonna stay in Charleston?
We sure are. We own our home outright here, and my wife nor I do a lot of traveling, although we'll probably be going up to Rockford to visit our daughter, who is a veterinarian up there. But other than that, we'll take it one day at a time.
All right. Coach, it's been a great fun working with you. You've done it the right way all these time.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate all the cooperation. I know the fans appreciate the way you've done it as well. And good luck. And season's not over, so good luck second half today and next week.
Absolutely.
That's Eastern Illinois coach Bob Spoo. We're going to take a 2-minute break at halftime on the Panther Football Network.